Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel again. I'm so happy to have you here. I hope that this little chat today will be useful for you. When I read this particular thing that I'm going to show you now, I had such a profound insight, such a profound shift in the way that I saw the world just from this little statement. And I subsequently read it to a whole bunch of people and they were like, yeah, okay, that's interesting. But for me, I guess I was in the right place, in the right moment for this to really sink in and find purchase. So I'm going to read it to you and see how you feel about it. It's from the book The Dance by Ariama Mountain Dreamer. Such an amazing author, such a beautiful spiritual woman. And she's having this hard time because she's come back from an amazing spiritual retreat that she's led, and these beautiful people on this retreat, and this amazing experience of connectedness and love and connection with other people and with herself and with spirit, and she feels amazing, and she no sooner walks in the door and she has her son who's trashed the place and left dirty dishes and hasn't done all the things that he promised her he would do while she was away, and she feels irritated and angry and frustrated and helpless and hopeless, and she notices that this change has happened so quickly, and she just is like, I don't want this. I want to stay more in this intentional space of being connected and spiritual and beautiful and wonderful and compassionate. And so she asks herself the question, she said, I want to know why I'm so infrequently the person that I really want to be. She writes that in her journal and she starts journaling about it. And she says, I don't really care about exercise and diet and all that kind of jazz. I'm talking about compassion and connection and those beautiful things that I work so hard to in my emotional and spiritual life. Anyway, she journals for months. She's struggling with this question. She's going to war with it. She's argy-barging with it. She's trying to figure it out. She's going deep. She's meditating. She's doing all the stuff that she knows how to do. And one night she has a dream. And in this dream, this grandmother arrives to her and says to her, Araya, you're asking the wrong question. The question is not, why are you infrequently the people you really want to be? The question is, why do you so infrequently want to be the people you really are? And she pauses and she says to her, Araya, the reason for that is that you have no faith in the fact that you are already enough. And it really occurred to me when I read this that the problem is not that change is hard and I need to change all these things about myself. The problem is that I don't think about myself as really enough. And when I start to think about myself as really enough, I see the world in a different way. I look at myself in a different way, and I behave in the world in a different way. And this was really so important to me to start to play with. This idea is, actually, am I enough as I am, even while I'm this person who doesn't always get things right and sometimes doesn't behave the best way and sometimes is aggressive and defensive and protective, and maybe I'm enough anyway. And as I started to become more aware of my enoughness, so all of these behaviors that I've been struggling with, all this protectiveness and defensiveness and aggressiveness, became unnecessary. And so I didn't have to solve them. I just had to know that I was always enough. And so she goes on to say, our intention to change or to be who we already are profoundly shapes how we live. What we believe we must learn, whether we feel we must ceaselessly push ourselves to reach higher or simply to find the courage and confidence to allow who we are to unfold. The latter view calls for choices that support and expand our essentially compassionate nature, while the former aims to reshape our essentially flawed nature with the heroic effort of endless trying. That's the good news, peeps. When you start to see and know that you are enough, you can fall deeper and deeper into the compassionate nature that you already have and stop all of this grasping and trying and working and freaking out about who you think you're not or who you wish you weren't. I hope this has been useful for you as it was for me. Have a beautiful day.